John Owen and I thought people like this. Whatever this thing is, people are getting a kick out of it. And is there a show somehow there? And through a lot of different iterations, we eventually arrived at what has now become Unstable.
So the first thing I wanted to know was you created this show with your son and Victor Fresco. Who had the genesis of the idea, and what were the first parts of it to fall into place?
Years ago now, John Owen, my son, started trolling me viciously on my Instagram and Twitter account. And I love a good joke, even if it's at my own expense. Eventually, people started noticing, and it got to the point where Good Morning America, Jimmy Kimmel, Seth Meyers, Ellen DeGeneres, Oprah, wherever I went on an interview, all they really wanted to talk about was that. So John Owen and I thought people like this. Whatever this thing is, people are getting a kick out of it. And is there a show somehow there? And through a lot of different iterations, we eventually arrived at what has now become Unstable.
I love that the workplace in the show is like a biotech company. I've heard screenwriters talk about the importance of not necessarily making something about climate, but just having that be a part of the world, like having that be a conversation in the fictional world as it is in the real one. Is that something that you all were conscious of as you were writing this?
It was a really great collaboration, and everybody brought something that is proven to be important in the show. That was one of Victor's collaborations. Was he really drilled down on what is the big swing idea that this genius is trying to do. And the reason we chose this world was it's great to talk to you about this because I can get into the weeds on the storytelling, is we had to figure out what exactly are people responding to when they read these tweets. What is it really? We had to break it down like a scientist. And what it is the notion of it's a father-son. It's a son who is standing in the shadow of a well-known figure who people know and like, but is also kind of been around forever and everybody has an opinion on. And he's been at a level for so long that maybe he's lost touch a little bit with what real life is like and needs the sun to tether him. So we had to create a world where those two characters could exist. So we solved larger than life by basically doing a version of Elon Musk and set it there. And I think we did the math correctly, but it was really interesting because we went through a lot of different worlds. You know, I didn't want to play a movie star. You don't want to play like the president. Who is it? It was really fun to finally get to this. And again, Victor was very helpful on that.
Kind of speaking to what you mentioned, you've had such a wonderful career working with so many incredible, actors. You have amazing people on Unstable already, your primary cast and your guest slots. But is there anyone from your past that you would love to bring in on like a season 2?
Oh my God, so many. I mean, I'm going to be calling on my Rolodex. I'm going to be, I want to get, I'd love to get Will Arnett on. He would be sick. Kumail would be great. There's so many. Charlie Day. I mean, there's a lot. I've been Amy Poehler. Maybe Ricky Gervais. I mean, I've been lucky. There's a lot of people. I'm gonna. Well, it was like what happened with The Grinder was a show that I love doing is people fell in love with it within the industry, and then the calls were incoming. So hopefully people will like Unstable, and so they'll be calling me, and I'll be calling them, and we can get some people. But Fred Armisen was a clutch get for us. He's one of my favorite people ever in the comedy world, and getting him was really, I thought, showed what this show could be.
That's great. Thank you so much. I think that's my time, but this series is so fun. Congratulations on everything. It's awesome.
Thank you. Appreciate it.